the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness is the off-road beast you didn't know you need. Just look how piped the boys are getting in that slightly lifted symmetrical all-wheel drive monster.
I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. 2024 Subaru Crosstrek.
Wilderness without launch control.
Horsepower and torque.
182 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque from a 2.5-liter four-cylinder boxer engine.
This is the first Wilderness Crosstrek.
Yes, and it's got a CVT that Yuri made sing because he launched it by doing a brake boost.
Yeah, and if you don't brake boost, it doesn't stay pink.
No.
Very cool. There's also a Forester Wilderness and an Outback Wilderness. The Forester Wilderness shares the same motor, but the Outback Wilderness gets a better motor.
So we've reviewed all of those, definitely watch those videos, and at the time of reviewing the Subaru Outback Wilderness, I said that was my favorite because of the engine, and I still think that that's my favorite version of the Wilderness.
Yeah, but this is a fun little cute car. It's like the smallest one. I think a lot of people love the Crosstrek. They're pretty much everywhere you look.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're engineering explained, you can't stop talking about this
Yeah,
thing.
but he's got a manual one.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have a manual anymore. Only the Subaru.
Yeah, and this is going to be still really good until they make the WRX Wilderness and then the BRZ Wilderness.
Yeah, waiting for that, waiting for that. Okay, do you like the looks of this? We got a bunch of orange stuff everywhere, just like the other models on the
Gold, Yuri, gold!
Gold, I love it. We have it on the top. We got it on like toe hook things that you can pop off. I think it looks awesome. This is lifted a little bit too.
Yeah, I generally do like the looks of this. It's rugged and off-roady with all the extra plastic cladding. There's like inches of it. And Yuri's doing the patented
half on gravel.
half
It feels
gravel
great.
test.
It feels great.
But yeah, looks-wise, it's just a little bit more rugged than a Sport that we drove previously.
Yo, from the back though, this looks
Yeah.
a lot cooler than a little bit rugged. We got like
From the back, it's the sickest.
We got like a 3-piece bumper that can be replaced in separate parts. We got big Subaru across the back.
From the back, that's where it looks the most homemade. Like if anyone's gonna modify theirs and like chop off the rear bumper, make it look like a rally car, that's where it's the coolest for sure.
Let's listen to it.
From the outside.
Hey.
Brum, 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 brum.
I like that. Okay, from the side, I like how it's Crosstrek in gold there.
Yeah, and the wheels are actually pretty nice for being wildernessy wheels.
Still, bring me back to the first gen.
Yes.
We got some off-roady tires on here, but I would much prefer the Continental recommended off-road tire for this.
The Terrain Contact AT.
Shout out Continental. Shout out Continental.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's all I got. And then we got fog lights, but they only work with the headlights on. Headlights, nothing special, just kind of normal stuff. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
And then we've got a roof rack with a 700-pound static load capacity. So you can put your tent up there or...
With the one photo I saw, it was like a dog ramp. It was like a really long dog ladder. But it's like, do not let your dog run up here with that. It's like professional photo. It was,
or your kids or something like that.
yeah, but this was specifically dogs.
Yeah, okay.
And then do you like the color? This is the Wilderness press car color.
Yeah,
Pretty all
yeah,
right?
it's all right. It makes a lot of sense for this car. Also, that green that they also had for the, I think we had in the Outback.
Outback, yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, good job with all that stuff. The white one looks really cool,
Yeah, it does.
even though it should be illegal to buy white, silver, gray, and black cars for maybe like 3 years. Someone just passed that law. Give me 3 years of that.
Unless it's a German car, that's acceptable. But this being the Wilderness also has different bumpers, so that also with the lift, because yes, we have the suspension lift of about half an inch, we have better approach, breakover, and departure angles for potential off-roading to your cottage. And then we also have a skid plate for protecting your underbody. And this one, being the Wilderness, this is the only Crosstrek that can tow 3,500 pounds. That is the most across the entire lineup, thanks to an upgraded CVT oil cooler.
Is it just got to cool it a little more? They can do more? That's
and
wild.
an upgraded radiator. So yeah, it's excessive
It's,
cooling.
it's cool what like a little bit of cooling will do.
Yes,
That's why I guess I got an oil cooler in my 350Z that was put there by the guy I bought it from. And I'm like, hey!
exactly. And we've got winter right now, so you know, we're extra cooling right now. We could probably tow 10,000 pounds.
Do
actually
not.
do
This
that.
is hypothetical. Everything we say on this channel is our opinion. Do not take anything as a fact.
Yes, thank you, legal team.
Legal
Which we
team.
don't have.
Just us.
And the other thing mechanically that this gets that's different than all the other Crosstreks is a shorter final drive in the rear differential. And apparently it's a beefier rear differential, so.
Cool, cool. More reasons to get the top trim. You know me, I'm a badge snob. I always think you should get the top trim of whatever car you get.
Yep.
And where would you get that top trim car?
tsb.truecar.com for discounted price offers.
Or buy an older Crosstrek manual.
Yes, those are
That's
cool.
sick. I think they were only doing like a 5% take rate by the time they dropped the manual in this.
Right.
But apparently, like WRX and BRZ is still like very
Yeah,
manual.
very high.
Yeah. Until they drop that.
However, this being the Wilderness version of the Crosstrek, before this even came out, I said if they did this, this would be the money printer thing. So now this is the money printer meme from Scarface that everyone's posting on Instagram.
Yeah, once
this
Subaru
is
posts
that.
this, yeah.
No, this is that car. This is just gonna print money for Subaru. I think.
Do you think?
I think so.
You think you're gonna see a lot of these on the road?
I think so.
The
Because
gold-
it's still affordable.
I'm going to keep an eye out for the gold roof racks and the gold bumper hooks. I've seen a lot of Forester and Outbacks, but not nearly as many as I thought.
Right. Oh, and then there's some other things on the interior. Yuri, what's the number one thing from the Subaru Wilderness model that you do not like on the interior? Put your head back.
The headrest. Okay.
You pointed this out to me. I had to bring it up.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was the infotainment because I do have some
That's
beefs
not
there.
Wilderness specific.
Okay, so these headrests, very hard. My Prowler's got these fake roll bar kind of headrests that feel just as hard as this, but only where the stitching is. You pointed that out.
Yeah, so if you touch other parts of the headrest, it's actually quite soft. It's just this part that's like rock hard.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there.
I mean, and as much as I love being rock hard, not in this way.
Yeah, and
Not
then,
on my headrest.
Speaking of rock hard, look at these floor mats. They've got like rocks and mountains on them, but you know what's even better than that?
More coverage with a set of TuxMat.
Go to TuxMat.com/TheStraightPipes for better coverage.
Okay, if I did have this car, I would cut those out and glue them on top of my TuxMat so I could keep the cool gold logo. Because
This is not endorsed by...
I do like gold logos and stuff.
I get it.
Have your TuxMats been doing well this winter? I saw you did a
Fantastically.
cool little power wash video.
Yeah, dude. They cleaned up so well, literally like no effort.
Okay, your turn to drive.
Oh,
But you're
should
not
I ping it off the limiter?
You're not allowed. You're legally not allowed.
I'll switch the gears, Yuri. The gears.
Yeah, you love to shift. You have to shift.
Oh, there's paddles. I forgot.
Smack it.
Traction off, which was through the infotainment. Manual mode, no brake boost.
Shift it. Hey!
It stopped, Yuri. I'm in 8th simulated gear, but okay, so this powertrain is the upgraded one. It is the fastest Crosstrek that you can get.
Still slow.
Technically, it is still slow.
But
I feel like this should be the base one, and there shouldn't be anything slower than this.
Yeah, but people just put around in this stuff, man. Like
They do, but you complained about it the last time we drove this, and I'm
It's-
still going to
yeah.
complain about it.
It's-
But
yeah.
let's see how this handles through Cliche Corner. So we're about to get piped through here. Oh my goodness. It is under... Oh, there we go. Okay, so the traction control system, which is off, I can tell was braking the outside wheel, and it actually reeled me back in because it was about to understeer into the other lane.
I was a little sketched out.
Yeah, dude. And then it's completely, manual mode. There we go. Yeah, so it's okay through there. We got piped through there, but we survived.
We'd be able to get piped a little harder if we had a good set of Conti winter tires on there.
I think so too. So you could also get the Viking Contact 7s for extreme winter performance as well.
Or the Ice Contact Extreme. That can come pre-studded from the factory, which a fan from Alberta showed us on their F-150. Shout out.
Shout out.
Post that to our Instagram. I got a cool Civic shot that I'm going to post soon too.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, we got a whatever texture steering wheel, which I think is different than the seats, which I believe are called StarTex, which is like a water-resistant, easily wipeable material, and it's quite nice.
Yeah, wetsuitish.
Yeah. We got paddles on the steering wheel, which, whatever, they do shift kind of fast, but it's whatever. It's a CVT, it's like whatever.
We also have our eyesight stuff with the adaptive cruise lane centering, and it works pretty well.
Because we got the camera up here, which your wipers are wiping, which
Yeah.
is actually pretty
It
smart.
didn't get, like, the whole front of the car was gunked up from snow and slush, and it was still working fine. And apparently, with older Crosstreks, when people lifted them, the eyesight would screw up. So this solves that issue. Now you take your lifted Crosstrek Wilderness and lift it even more and see if it works.
And create a new issue. And then we've got fake carbon fiber on the dash up there and into the
Appropriate.
door.
Very appropriate.
It is. It's like this weird shiny material, which is also sort of carbon fiber-ish around this shifter. And we got some gloss black down here. Cup holders are
Yeah. Yeah, no, we got the lift
say.
I think we got like cool mountains on here too.
Wow.
What else do we got? We got visors that probably don't pass because we see the little 3, 2, 1.
Fail and little extension. That is a fail, everybody.
Okay, nice thing about Subarus though is we do have very good vision out the window. We got these little like side windows, so
Very
I
good.
like that.
Yeah. And then one complaint about the seats. Now that I'm in the driver's seat, I'm actually going to complain about the passenger seat. If you're a taller individual like myself and we've got a car seat back there, it's a little bit tight. I wasn't in my most comfortable position in the front, but I was still relatively comfortable.
At 5'8", let's see, I'm just touching it. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5'8", you could be fine.
Exactly.
And then, do you fit behind yourself at 6'1.5"?
I surprisingly do.
Look at that hood, that head scoop back there.
Yeah, head scoop.
That's fantastic. And
Yeah. And then these seats are actually pretty comfortable.
lots of lumbar in the driver's seat. Like it's aggressively lumbar, even though it's only forward and back.
Yo,
so
adjust yours.
There's none. There's none, and I'm mad. But
Yeah.
that's electronically controlled.
Yeah, and yours isn't.
But you don't have presets.
No.
So that's still kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But also this is like...
Hang on, I'm getting piped. Oh, dude, understeering.
Pipe.
This is pretty sick. It's actually not sick, but I'm just kind of having fun because I'm sliding a little bit.
You're like, that was a controlled understeer.
Exactly.
That was scary as hell for a passenger. That was scary. I don't like that. I don't like controlled understeer.
Well, we've got Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system that's reeling us back in.
Okay,
This off is really not
Okay,
off.
so we have X modes in this. I could not get the Forester stuck and even have to use X modes when I drove it like 2 years ago.
Right.
So I would expect this to be just as amazing, and I would have so much confidence with this.
And it's the dual mode X mode that I believe only the top trims or the Wilderness get. I could be wrong on which ones, but oh god, there's a plow that's halfway.
Yo,
in my way.
ride the curb. Good thing we got a Wilderness, not a Corvette.
Oh, hear that salt
Yo,
in the car?
that poor M3 behind us.
R.I.P.
He's gonna get piped. Oh no!
Ouch.
At least he's not running a front plate. Shout out.
But generally, this infotainment actually sucks because it's the large screen, which looks impressive, but functionally, everything's buried in there. We do have only some hard buttons
Okay,
for
stuff's
climate.
not buried. It's not the hardest to access, but it is slow. Like when you start it up,
Exactly.
this feels like, you know, when you put a new operating system on an old iPhone and you're like, why is this so slow to move? Everything
Yeah.
used to work fine. That's what it feels like. But it does get faster as you start your day.
And then you know what gets even faster? If we put this S button on the steering wheel instead of the I button. Yeah, that's right. We got SI drives modes. It doesn't actually get faster. It just changes the throttle response. And then we've got a heated steering wheel button on the steering wheel, and then we've got heated seats, which are hard buttons as well.
Yeah, and then you can use an app, which I was logged into to preheat the car, which was nice. I don't know if it did the heated seats or anything, but it was nice to have an app to do that.
And then we've got Apple CarPlay, speaking of apps, and Android Auto.
Okay, so it is wireless only in this trim. I feel like it was wired in the base trim, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't like wireless CarPlay, and there was no option for it. At one point, my Spotify wouldn't play, but my Apple Music would, and I couldn't unplug to replug. I had to wait till I stopped the power cycle because I don't know how to disconnect while driving, but it is pretty easy to disconnect if you go to your settings phone. So if you want to browse on just your phone and not have a delay, it's all right.
And then we've got a wireless charger down there to wirelessly charge your wirelessly connected phone.
Yo, we still have an aux port. How sick is that?
Wow.
Remember that was like a thing when we first started reviewing cars?
Share the aux.
Yeah, and then what other cool stuff do we have in here?
That's it, bro.
Armrest is kind of nice, whatever.
It is pretty soft, and then trunk space fairly minimal for a size vehicle like this. I guess it's appropriate.
It's okay, yeah, no power hatch.
No.
Which is like, I guess, it makes sense. And then no 360 camera, which I would like, but we do have reverse camera, obviously.
Yeah, for a Wilderness, it would make sense.
Yeah, just like give me like the gimmicky stuff. But then I feel like if they added that, that's like a whole thing. You can't just like...
Yes. It's not just like add an extra $500 to the price.
No,
It's
they
probably
have
a lot.
to engineer a
Yes.
360 camera into it. So like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it.
I think that's it, Yuri.
Let's get to the price.
$37,995. Very reasonable.
Yuri Badge Snob Teresian, always love the top trim. I highly recommend this, especially over a lower motor one.
Oh God, yes. I wouldn't even consider one of those to be a real vehicle at this point.
But I'd be very happy with a previous gen with the old infotainment. That was so good because this doesn't have tune mix. That one did.
I agree with all of that.
And I don't mind the looks of the old one. Like overall, like yeah, it's...
If you want a Wilderness, you want a Wilderness, and I would recommend a Wilderness version of any of Subaru's models.
Yeah, I probably have the most resale too.
Probably.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the notification bell. Thumbs up. Leave a nice comment. If you have a question for us that's not even car related, like about our personalities or hobbies, we can answer that that there too?
Yeah, we love things.
We
We
love-
also hate things.
We love and hate things. Okay, we're gonna talk to this guy with the cool M3 at Cliche Corner. Oh no, he's driving away? No, he's chilling.